Hey guys, it's Daniel Gyomory, your local realtor. Today I just want to make this video real quick to go through these top 5 remodeling mistakes. Now many of us, we want to make these improvement projects on our own, do a quick weekend job or get a buddy or a family member and take care of some of these. And I recommend that a lot of these things you see online you can do and you can tackle that yourself, and the same with the home improvement TV shows. You can do a lot of that yourself, but I just want to go through these top 5 mistakes that people make because it can save you a lot of time, a lot of stress, a lot of headaches, and a lot of money if you just think about these things up front and make sure you're getting prepared before you take on that home improvement project. So let's get into it here. Number 1 is skipping out on permits. Now I know a lot of us say, I'm not going to check with the city, I'm not paying them a permit fee to just go do something small. And I totally understand, but it's just worth your while to check with them and say, hey, this is the project I have in mind. What, if any, permits do I need for this? Because a lot of times they're just going to say, no, you can take care of that yourself, go for it. But if it's a bigger project, they're going to want a permit, and really it's just saving you guys some time and making sure things are done right. So I get where you're coming from, but it'll save you a lot of headaches, a lot of money potentially in the long run if you just check with your city first, your township, make sure you're getting the permits you needed to do that project. Number 2 here is not budgeting enough. So this is probably the number 1 thing, to be honest, is running out of money or underestimating the cost of a project and how much money that's actually going to cost. So get your budget, but then think about it and add maybe a 20 or 25% cushion on top of that in case you forget some supplies, or you have to go back and redo something, or you have to hire a contractor to finish part of it. So just keep that in mind and just kind of overestimate a little bit of what that actually might cost you so you're not surprised at the end. Number 3 here, not buying extra supplies. So it kind of goes back to number 2. A lot of times this is your extra cost. You're not buying enough and then you have to go back. And the other thing is, it doesn't hurt to buy some extra. Maybe you buy a little bit more lumber, a little more paint, some more tiles, because something might happen. You might break one, you might chip one, you might lose one, and now you already have some extra stuff. You don't have to make that extra trip back to Home Depot. And a lot of times, depending on what you're buying, you can take that extra back and return it. And as far as paint or a little extra lumber or some tiles, it's nice to have a little bit extra saved at home in case something does break. You always have it, so you don't have to go back and try to match it later. So keep that in mind. Just make sure you're buying enough of whatever supplies you need to tackle that project. Number 4 here, improper prep work. This is crucial. They've said 50% of your time is prep work, getting everything ready, and that's got to be true. It's so important to do it right from the start. As far as sanding or cleaning, all that stuff, get it done up front. Make sure it's done right so that your foundation is set, and then everything else that you're doing as far as your project can go on smooth and no issues later. Because you've seen before and after photos, or if you haven't, Google them, or I can send you some projects where somebody rushed the prep work and it was going to be a really beautiful project, but because of the issues up front, it just turned out really kind of shoddy work and it just didn't come out as expected. So make sure you take your time, be patient, go through the prep work needed so you can have a good foundation, and then whatever project you are tackling will turn out just how you planned. And number 5 is underestimating the difficulty. Like I said, a lot of us think we can do everything. We have a hammer and we have some nails, we can just fix anything. And a lot of times that may be true, but just keep in mind what you're capable of personally if you are able to do some of these projects. And sometimes you might need a friend or some family member, like I said, who's a little more experienced in something like that. And then there's some of those jobs that are just left for the home improvement pro. I know a lot of us think we are Bob Vila or Chip and Joanna Gaines from all these TV shows. Have fun with it and make them your own and do your own projects, but just make sure you're really thinking about it. Do some research ahead of time of how difficult that job is going to be, and are you up for that task? So hope that helps. Think about these top 5 mistakes, that remodeling mistakes that people make, so that you can, like I said, save some time, save some money, save stress, and not have all the headaches. So run through those, make sure you're up for it before you tackle the next home improvement project. If you guys have any questions on that, want some more details, let me know. If you're interested in which home improvement projects will get you the most money when you go to sell a house, if that's what you're thinking about, let me know. I can send you all kinds of reports on that to show you bang for your buck, your ROI, return on investment, what is really more important to do, and some of the stuff that's not really necessary. So let me know if you have any questions at all for that. If you have any real estate questions at all, please reach out. My number is 248-924-9784. Thanks so much for watching again. We'll talk soon.